My name is Bob Warwick. I run a little iOS and Android development shop called Whole Punk Creators, and today I'm here to introduce you to something that my team and I have been working on for the last couple of years. We call it Codeless, and it's an iOS app prototyping tool. So let's just launch it and get started. This is just our intro screen. This is where all of your saved files go. We don't have any saved files yet, so let's hit plus and get going. You can see here I'm using the larger iPad Pro. I've got the Logitech keyboard attached to it, so you're not going to see a bunch of keyboards popping up and down during this. I am just going to call this project intro project, and hit save. And we've got a bunch of templates that you can use. I'm going to select a blank one so that we can just play around from scratch here. You can see here that we've got sort of a small phone size preview. You can bump that up to a larger phone size preview. This is so that you can check, how responsive your design is and things like this. I personally like to start designing on small and then go up from there. We've got a ton of controls that you can add to any screen that you design with Codeless. Let's start with just a really basic one, a view. If you're a web designer, a view is sort of like the equivalent to a div. It's something that you can put things in. You can change the color around. You can change, give it a border. Let's make that border color the same thing but darker. You can give it a corner radius and some shadows and things like that. And then by doing that, you're going to create clearly the most 90s design we've ever made. So we're going to take away the shadows. We're going to take away the corner radius, really reduce that border. And now we have something that we might want to look at with Modernize. So I'm just going to move this down to the bottom of the screen, anchor off the left and right edges, and maybe make it a little bit shorter. We've also got just a ton of more advanced controls that you can use. Map view is one of my favorites, and we're going to spend some time in the next few videos working through this and playing around with some of the things you can do here. I'm just going to take it and anchor it around here, though I am going to anchor it 100 from the bottom so that we can still see our nice bright orange view. If we flip over to large mode, you can see that expands, but our orange view down here that we specified an explicit height for doesn't, so we've got responsiveness sort of built directly into our design tools. We've also got a ton of other things. We've got search bars and RSS feeds and progress bars, activity indicators. Actually, I love a good activity indicator, so let's throw one down this orange view. So it's just one of these spinners, and I'm going to change its color to white so we can really see it, and we're gonna keep it small. Large is a little in your face and actually not that often used on iOS. The next thing that I'm going to do is show you a little bit about how Codeless isn't just about pictures, it's about interactivity. So obviously you can take these controls and you can move them around and things like that. That's Victoria, BC, where we are. But you can also apply actions. So here I've got this view, and I want to say that when I tap on this view, I want to change the color of the view from orange to sort of this dark green. And I'm going to do it in 0.3 seconds. Okay, let's call that good. I'm just going to hit this reload button here. It's like when you hit reload on a website, it just sort of resets all of your state back to 0. And then I go and I tap on the orange view, and now it's green. And so that's a really simple example of how we can do some animations. And so that's just a really brief introduction to Codeless. We're going to be trying to put out 2 or 3 of these videos every week, focusing on different features or different screen layouts you might want to put together so that you can get a feel for the different things the app can do and how it does it. We're currently in a beta feedback period right now, and if you want to be included in our next beta group, you can go to www.launchwithcodeless.com and sign up there to get into the next beta group, which I think is happening in about a month. We're hugely excited for this thing to get out there, and we can't wait for you to download it on your iPad. And seriously, thanks so much for taking 5 minutes of your day and watching this. Cheers.